The Adventures of Michael McKoy Jr. and Carl. A Thumb-tastic adventure. A McKoy Vision production. Carl was back on his thumbs kick, and this time his plan was wilder than ever. He had convinced himself that if he could just line his wings with tiny thumbs, he'd finally unlock the ultimate pigeon superpower, grip flight. It was early morning when Michael McKoy Jr. heard tapping at his window. He rubbed his eyes and opened it to find Carl, eyes wide, clutching a small, crumpled paper labeled Tiny Thumb Blueprint. "Michael," Carl squawked. "I figured it out. I'm going to cover my wings with thumbs." Michael groaned, already dreading what he was about to hear. "Carl, we talked about this. Wings aren't really designed for thumbs. Think bigger, Michael." Carl flapped his wings wildly, nearly knocking himself off the windowsill. "With thumbs all over my wings, I can grab things mid-flight. Pigeons everywhere will envy my grip power." Carl's plan was simple-ish. He had gathered all sorts of materials: rubber thumbtacks, thumb puppets, even a bag of old doll hands he found in a thrift store dumpster. He was ready to tape, glue, and stitch them along the edges of his wings. Carl's wild eyes and manic grin left Michael wondering if he'd already had too much birdseed that morning. "So here's what we do, Michael," Carl began, spreading out his supplies with a flourish. "First, we attach the little thumbtacks along my feathers to make sure I get maximum gripping angles. Then we glue on the doll hands. Those will be my primary thumbs. And finally, we reinforce everything with rubber bands for extreme thumb durability." Michael just stared at him. "Carl, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. You'll probably just end up looking like a thumb porcupine." "Nonsense," Carl chirped. "This is going to work perfectly." Despite Michael's objections, Carl dove into the project with the enthusiasm only a thumb-obsessed pigeon could muster. Michael reluctantly helped him secure the doll hands along his wings, trying not to laugh at how bizarrely unsettling Carl looked. The doll thumbs jutted out at awkward angles, some bent backward, others dangling on precarious strands of tape. Carl was unfazed. With everything secured, Carl took a deep breath. "All right, Michael. Watch this." He hopped onto the windowsill, spread his thumb-covered wings, and leaped into the air. But instead of soaring, Carl's new thumbs acted more like a drag net. The doll hands flopped wildly, causing him to flip and spiral through the air like a malfunctioning helicopter. Michael ran outside just in time to see Carl hit a bush, wings still sticking out at odd angles. "Carl?" Michael called out, running over. "Are you okay?" Carl looked up, disheveled but determined. "Michael, it was almost perfect," he said, pulling a doll thumb out of his feathers. "The problem was, I didn't have enough thumbs." Michael sighed. "How about you just have no thumbs? Wings work best without thumbs." But Carl was too far gone. He was already back on his feet, gathering rubber bands from his scattered supplies. "No way. I'm going to add even more thumbs. Thumbception. Double thumbs." Michael watched in horror as Carl added a second layer of doll hands on top of the first, fastening them with tape until his wings looked like a nightmare bird from a craft store gone wrong. Carl attempted to take flight again, but this time he couldn't even get off the ground. The sheer weight of the extra thumbs had turned his wings into floppy, rubbery messes. "That's it, Michael," Carl announced, with his wings dragging along the ground. "All I need now is a pair of thumbs on my beak. Then my thumb vision will be truly complete." "Oh no, no, no," Michael muttered, finally stepping in and gently peeling the tape and doll hands off Carl's wings. "Carl, you're done. No beak thumbs. No wing thumbs. You don't need any thumbs." Carl gave Michael a sad, defeated look. But what about my grip power dreams?" Michael patted his friend on the wing. "Sometimes, Carl, the real grip power is just being a pigeon. You don't need thumbs for that." Carl sighed, the last doll hand dangling off his wing like a sad little flag. He fluffed his feathers, gave Michael a look of gratitude, and nodded. "All right, Michael. Maybe the world just isn't ready for thumb wings." Michael laughed, helping Carl remove the final thumbs. "Or maybe you aren't ready for thumb wings?" Carl tilted his head thoughtfully. "You know, I'm not giving up on my grip power dreams. I'll just need to find a different angle. Maybe a tail covered in tiny feet?" Michael groaned. "One thing at a time, Carl. One thing at a time." Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.